What's up, everybody? Once again, it's now time for the Three Black Guys Show. Put the threes
Trey
up. What's up,
Manos.
fellas? What's going on, guys?
Trey Manos.
What's happening?
Trey Negros.
Tres Negros. Tres de Negros.
Trey Negros.
So what's going on, guys? I hope your week's been good. It's been a minute since we've been on here, guys. But we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we got
a lot to talk about. So you wanna start off with the local news first, Mr. Mario, or you want to head off into the national?
I can. Do the people know who we be?
Who? Oh, let me say this before we get started. Hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and then you got to hit the bell notification to let you know when it drops. So be sure you guys hit those. Hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, and hit the like button, and share it with your friends. Let them know that Three Black Guys is out here doing a thing, encouraging, enlightening the culture. All right.
In the raw. Since James hadn't posted it in the intro, I'll just go ahead and say it. Any opinion shared on this show is strictly that of the people on the show.
Right.
And
it's not reflective.
It's not reflective of any other entities that we may
be a part of,
work for, be a part of things.
So wait a minute. If I say something out of my mouth, I gotta tell people that it's just my opinion.
Yes.
Who you work for, James? Who you work for, James?
Right.
Some of us have 9 to 5s, James. Who you work for, James? Huh? What's the name of the company you work for?
ProSource Clean.
Who owns that company?
That's what I thought. Who owns that company, huh?
I own it.
Okay. Right. So you can say whatever you want.
There you go. Say what you want.
No, I mean
some of us have day jobs.
Right.
So,
I got a day job. I go to work.
Anyway, go ahead, Mario.
Anyway, in local news here in Birmingham, Alabama, Massachusetts flight attendant dead after jump from 17th floor of Birmingham Hotel. Let me read this. A woman is dead after she jumped from the 17th floor of a downtown Birmingham hotel, authorities say. Jefferson County Coroner's Office identified the victim as Catherine R. Florentino. She was 33, lived in Rehoboth, Massachusetts, and was a flight attendant. Yeah, Rehoboth. I had to look at that. My eyes was playing tricks on me. That's biblical, isn't it?
What?
Rehoboth. Okay, never mind. Preacher said it ain't. The incident happened at 11:21 p.m. Saturday at the Sheraton Hotel, Birmingham, on Richard Erickson Jr. Boulevard. Authorities said my phone just reset itself. It did something stupid. Rehoboth. Okay. Authorities said Florentino was staying at the hotel when other guests notified security that there was a white female acting erratically who thrown her cell phone over a balcony wall. Hotel security located the woman, now identified as Florentino, and were talking with her when she ran and jumped over the wall. She landed on the roof area of the second floor lounge and was pronounced dead at 11:49.
Crazy.
No additional information available. Now that was a trip because to me that was kind of kept real hush hush. You really didn't hear a lot about that. It kind of started trickling out. A buddy of mine gave me a call and said, "Did you hear about a lady jumped from the Sheraton Hotel?" It's like, I ain't heard nothing about that here. So they sat on it for a little minute.
Yeah, it happened on Saturday, didn't it?
Yeah.
So what's crazy to me, man, is a lot of things happened this past weekend here in Birmingham, man. We had this lady that jumped. We had an accident that killed a mother and a child and a father, or unborn child. I mean, it's been crazy here in Ham.
What was that?
It was a couple that died in a head-on collision. Also, it was a mother, unborn child, mother, and husband. So it was been crazy this weekend. And then I heard that there was a shooting Had a
Really?
little baby, right? Little baby? Is it little or little?
I don't even care. I don't.
James.
It was one of them babies, man.
One of them babies.
I don't even care.
Yeah, I got, like I say, man, I got confused because there's, I thought it was the little baby. Like I thought it was one person. And then I saw where they said somebody slapped somebody at a concert and that person was a baby. So I think Lil Baby was the baby who was here in Birmingham, did the concert, and I guess from what I saw, I think his promoter and his entourage
got into it,
and somebody got the shooting back there.
One person
And
got
then
shot.
the baby was somewhere else slapping the piss out of him. So
he slapped the piss out of him, did he, Jay?
Yeah, he slapped 5 from somebody.
So
then they say he apologized for it. I didn't even see the apology, but listen, you can't slap 5 for somebody and then later on apologize for it. Like that's just once you do that, it's over with. Like you can't slap me and then come apologize to me later.
Yeah, I can. I mean, I can just
No.
5.
Just leave a handprint right across.
Right. So you know what, James, man?
That
I'm
M
sorry.
in the middle of my look. That M in the middle of my palm. We just want to leave it on your face.
Right. You leave a handprint on my face and then apologize to me for it later. Like that's just you can't do that. So
that's the Christian thing, and what you got to do as a Christian is turn to the other cheek.
I got to turn the other cheek and forgive you, right?
Right.
Okay.
See,
that ain't happening.
That's funny. That is funny.
But so it took me a minute. I had to get my babies straight because I had my babies mixed up.
So are there 3 babies now? There's Baby, which is from.
No, he ain't around no more. That dude, he's 85 years old, man.
But he's
Cash Money.
He's still in the game, man.
Baby, 97 years old.
He's still in the game, man. So you
He
got
bring
Baby.
it. Mm-hmm.
You got
listen,
the Baby.
Put some respect on his name, and that was the end of that's the last.
Is we done or is we finished?
Right. That's all we.
That's what I want to know.
That's it.
Is we done or is we finished?
But right, yeah, we got the Baby and Lil Baby.
Lil Baby.
And
so, but my thing is, why would you, as a rapper, want to be called Baby?
That's a whole nother show.
I'm serious.
Well,
what's your mentality?
It's a New Orleans. It was a New Orleans thing.
I can understand, but I really can't. But you can't.
That's not our particular
rapper called Lil Baby.
But one of them babies is from Atlanta, ain't he?
Lil Baby.
See, right now I have a headache even thinking about it. That's my thing. I've crossed the Great Divide. I don't even try to figure this out no more, dude. I leave that to my kids.
Come on, Mario, you got to know all these babies, man.
I ain't got to know none of them. I have crossed that divide. I'm a grouchy old man, and I know.
Yo, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt when it comes to music, man. Especially hip hop music. I know it's evolved.
That ain't hip hop, man. That's trash.
Listen, man, it is evolved beyond what we're used to. So I try to give it a chance. But I must
call it hip hop.
That
you can't disrespect hip hop.
Stuff that I've heard from, because I went and listened to some of Lil Baby stuff because I was trying to figure out, what it was all about. And I must say that it is the most profound garbage I've ever heard in my life. And,
it's prolific mess, huh?
Yes. He does a very good job at it.
Really?
Being garbage. It's like, I think he tries to make it garbage. Like, I don't even think that he tries to make it good music. I think that he has set out and said that I am going to make the most trashed hip hop that I possibly can. And he is very successful at that, I must say.
So he has reached his goal.
Yes, very successful.
See, when you say hip hop to me in this new generation is J. Cole, is Kendrick Lamar.
But we got to remember, hip hop is the culture, rap is the music. So it's hip hop.
We'll call that rap. I can't even put him in the culture player. We'll just call it rap.
Say that one more time, James. Hip hop is the culture.
Hip hop is the culture.
Yeah, hip hop is the culture. Rap is the music.
Rap is the music.
Part of hip hop culture, you do have you have
Yeah,
you know,
I can.
hip hop soul, you know, and all this other stuff that is part of the hip hop culture. Um,
I can agree to that.
you know what I'm saying? So he is part of the culture of hip hop. His music is
Trash.
trash rap.
He's a trash rapper.
Trash
there
rapper.
you go. Okay,
So
I can deal with that. So that's
so
what I can call it from now on. Trash
We've gone
rap.
from hip hop. We've gone from hip hop to enlightened rap, which was De La Soul and all that,
Mm-hmm.
to gangster rap,
Mm-hmm.
to mumble rap,
Mm.
and now we in trash rap.
Mm.
Well,
It seems like we're getting worse.
Mumble rap, trap rap. Mm.
well, what happened was when they started making the type of money that they're making without having to put forth effort.
Yeah.
So back when, you know, when Master P and Cash Money and them was coming up, when Tupac and Biggie was coming up, these cats had to hit the road to make their money. They had to sell albums to make their money. So now you don't have that. They're doing half the shows. They're making twice the money because the downloads and all this other stuff. Now, here's the thing though, and Master P brought up a very good point. Money-wise, if they think about it, it's really not as much because they may be getting, let's say, a dollar per download, and they do a million streams. All right, where Master P and them were selling a million records, getting 10, 12 bucks per record.
Right.
You're right.
You see what I'm saying?
Especially when he was doing out of his trunk and then with his own company.
Right. So
See, Master P is an anomaly because he hit the record labels for a lick out of the gate. You know.
Well, because you got to think about it. If you're a label and you see this dude can sell a million records out of the trunk of his car,
right?
Mm-hmm.
What can he do if I back him?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But they created him this sweet deal that they haven't given anybody else. And if I got it right, they out of the box gave him his own label type deal. I forget what it was, but they created him like a sweet deal that they would never do again.
This is a cat who sold a million records out of the trunk of his car.
Right.
I mean, you have to give him a deal. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't.
But he basically came out on top. When I say on top, I mean on top.
He always did.
And typically when an artist stars, a new artist, they usually are in the hole bad. That didn't happen with Master P. He was smart.
No, it didn't.
Right.
It didn't. But these rappers nowadays, they're younger. They are on drugs, so they're not thinking properly. You saw the thing that happened with Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, what happened with that?
Well, apparently
I heard something, I didn't follow because I didn't care.
So apparently, when he signed his record deal, I guess he didn't get any type of royalties or whatever. So I guess the deal
Megan?
was trash. Yeah.
You're saying he.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. So
Megan ain't no he, man. We ain't gonna talk about Thee Stallion.
So when he signed his record deal, he it wasn't up to par or whatever. So I guess with all the success that he's had, he just ain't made no money from it.
Why you calling?
Why you keep calling this girl he? You saying she a dude?
Huh? Have you seen him?
I've seen her.
Okay, all right. If y'all say so. Y'all want to say that's a woman from? Okay, I understand. That's man, but I'm just saying.
Doc, I don't know, bro. I don't see no manage right there. That's makeup. Now women wear a lot of makeup now, and you don't necessarily get what you're looking at when it's taken off. But I don't think I see no. I'm looking at her now. I don't see no package down there. I don't.
Listen, none of that matters in 2020, okay? At any age, if you, at your age right now, decided you wanted to be a woman, they could make it happen. Easy.
I don't see no Adam's apple.
I don't see no Adam's apple. I don't see no package. So typically,
I don't think all of this is real that I see, but I don't, you know what I'm
I
saying?
think it's all real. I think she's a little hood chick. I think it's all real. But except for the makeup. The makeup. These girls know how to wear makeup now.
Well, anyway, dude didn't have proper lawyers when they was doing the contract, so apparently he got
You
screwed.
gonna stop calling this girl a dude, man? You gonna stop calling this girl a dude? I'm still looking. I don't see no dude right there.
I don't even know who this person is, so I had to look her up.
I don't hear a deep voice when she's talking.
Anyway,
Okay.
go ahead.
Go ahead, James.
James.
I'm just looking.
Okay, so it didn't sign a good enough contract.
She was signed to 2 labels too, whether you knew that or not.
Yeah, I didn't read the full details of it. I just know apparently the contract was trash, and she ended up getting. I said she that time. See,
thank you.
And so apparently she got screwed out of a bunch of money from it, and that just goes to show you though that these entertainers nowadays, man, they so quick to jump at the first thing they see. They don't know the business.
She signed to an independent label is what happened. She signed one contract with an independent label.
Okay.
And that label really didn't have necessarily the resources to push her like she needed to be pushed. Well, another independent label stepped in, and they were also an independent label, but they were a little higher up on the rung amongst independent labels. And
but apparently she had to have made them a bunch of money.
Everything was levied. I was watching a little live. I caught her live one day last week when she was saying that when she first started talking about they didn't want her to drop her. I was actually watching it live. It came across my feed some kind of way, and I was watching it. And but she was saying that she's done all of the work. When you see her, because she signed to an independent label, they don't necessarily have the financial push like a big record label. So a lot of the movement that you see her doing is movement that she's generated. So basically, how dare them tell her that she can't release her music?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? She's done everything to get her to the point that you see her.
Right.
She's done that. Really, all they have done was provide the distribution platform.
Yeah.
That's really all they've done. Everything else that you've seen, this is out of her mouth. Everything else that you've seen her done.
I mean, it's a shame that he made them a bunch of money, and now she can't get her money. But I mean, that's what happens. I mean, it shouldn't have done some of the stuff. You got to have a lawyer.
Get your friend, man.
I can't do no with that.
Get your friend, man.
Dude, really?
Get your friend, man. Talking about this girl daughter, this lady daughter.
I'm just saying, man. That's one of the things though that I think some of these newer artists, like they jump at the deal. They hear some numbers and it sounds good to them. Which if you a kid coming from nothing, and somebody is using terms that you like $1 million and all that kind of stuff, it sounds good. But they're not telling you what you're gonna have to pay out of that $1 million. If you're gonna have to pay for if your studio time is coming out of it, if your tour bus fee and all that stuff is coming out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't tell these people what's all involved.
Right.
All they know is that I'm a kid coming from nothing.
Right.
And these people just told me they're gonna give me $1 million.
Yeah, they ain't got to tell you got to pay for the tour. They ain't got to
Right.
pay for all the lights, all the sound. You got to pay for all those people to do that.
And they have to recoup all of that before you get a cent.
Before you get a dime.
Right.
And next thing you know, isn't that kind of like what happened to TLC?
Exactly what
exactly.
happened to TLC.
What happened to New Edition? What they got, VCRs, that first album? They got VCRs and a moped.
A moped.
5 mopeds, 5 VCRs, and they have made multiple millions for folk.
Right, and that's sad, man. And what's bad is that you would think that now people would have the knowledge to not fall for that,
Right.
to not go for that. You know what I'm saying?
But like you said, dude, the kids, they see they flash these millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I mean,
And they
but
jump at it.
but the stallion, he ain't a kid. You know
No,
what I'm
hold
saying?
on, wrong. You going in too hard on the stallion. You gonna stop calling this girl a he?
But what I'm saying is that it should have been able to recognize, all right, this is an independent label. They can't finance me, so I'm going to have to put in this work. Let me make sure that.
But she knew that going in. She knew that going in.
Let me make sure at the end of this, I get what I get.
She ain't got stuff. Here's the
Deal.
deal.
Think about it. She's only 25 years old, man.
But look, she's 25, but her mom has been in this game with her, pushing her and guarding her, and so she's not in it by herself. Hold on.
Is her mom famous or anything?
No, but her mom is
it's just been dealing with it
dealing with it, right? Has been there, ground up. She's been, guiding her.
So how come her mama didn't see that?
No, hold on. Hey, look, Megan Thee Stallion ain't lost no money, player. What you talking about?
She just got with a bad deal, right?
They were just trying to halt her, but she said it kind of came out of the blue from left field because she thought everybody was on the same page about this upcoming
Didn't I see somewhere where she was taking them to
Okay,
court?
see, I hadn't really followed it past her live, the live that I saw. So the information I'm giving you is from the live that I saw her talking about.
Maybe we can look it up in the second half of the show, touch on it.
Okay.
But I thought I had seen where she was taking them to court to try to get her money.
Last I heard it was over. I told you I keep an ear to it.
Right.
but
I feel you.
Yeah, I keep an ear to it.
List of to-dos for the day.
Right. Yeah.
It looks like her mom died last year in March.
Where you got that from?
At a Wikipedia page. Her mom died. Holly
That's
Thomas.
Wikipedia, player. She was just on live talking about her mom. Really?
Even though you can talk about somebody that's dead,
Okay.
All right, but anyway, that's something we can come back to, y'all. We talked enough about Miss Megan Thee Stallion.
Yes, Lord. Make an old man wish for younger days. Boy, what?
Oh Lord.
I mean, he turned, a lot of people like him.
That's your friend, Steve.
Dude. So since we talk about Birmingham, let's move on to national news.
Okay.
Here last Thursday.
Hey, Siri.
Huh?
Siri was talking to you. But go ahead.
Okay. We had a execution this past Thursday of a man that was.
This is local news that has moved to national news.
Go ahead, Mr. Fred. Let's dig into that for me, if you don't mind, sir.
All right. Well, so the gentleman's name is Nathaniel Woods, and so back in 2004, there was an incident that he was involved in, where 3 police officers got killed, and him and the shooter, and I think even the shooter's girlfriend at the time were taken to jail. Now the shooter's girlfriend is no longer in jail. The shooter is, and Nate Woods was in jail. So real quickly, they charged him with capital murder. Now they charged him and the shooter with capital murder.
Let's go back. The 3 officers were there to serve.
Well, we go
warrant, but go ahead.
We're gonna get into all that here in a second. We're gonna backtrack here in a second.
Okay.
I want people to understand what he was charged with. So they both were charged with capital murder. And the reason why they charged Nate with capital murder is because they said that he lured the police to the house for an ambush. Okay? So that was the reasoning for charging him with capital murder. Where, if that was the case, then I would agree with it, because that would just be like committing the murder. Okay? Now, let's backtrack like what Steve said. There were 3 cops at the house to serve a warrant.
Now,
Now,
were there 4? That story keeps changing.
well, no, there was 3 that went to the house. The
Okay.
4th showed up later. There was 3 that went to the house to serve the warrant. Now, they do say that the warrant was a misdemeanor warrant, but the reason why there was 3 is because this was a known drug house. So I guess for precaution, they sent 3. Now I'm going to give you the street version here in a minute.
Okay.
So they say the 3 cops went, knocked on the door. I guess some words were exchanged. Now some shots had gotten fired, and the ultimate ending result where 3 cops were killed. Now, let's go ahead and kill that version real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's kill that version, because that's a stupid version. Because the cops ain't showing up at a house and then cats just start shooting at the police. Like, this ain't the Wild West, man. This ain't the movies. Ain't nobody interested in start shooting at the police. That's
the first crack in the story is Birmingham police do not serve misdemeanor warrants for another district.
Apparently it was here's the thing. So yeah, they said they said it was a Fairfield warrant.
Right.
Okay. But the house's address is Birmingham. So that was the reasoning they said why Birmingham police were there. All right. So but once again, this is coming from the police. And right now, I'm telling you right now, if I asked the police officer right now, if I had on glasses and he told me yes, I would ask y'all, hey, y'all, do I really got on glasses? The police just told me I did. Do I really have on glasses? Like, I don't believe what they say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just ain't taking their word for it. But that was one of the reasonings that I heard that they gave, reason why there were Birmingham police officers there, whatever. So here's the thing. Now, I don't personally know the deal with these police officers because I'm not in that life. I wasn't in that life during that time here in Birmingham, so I don't know. But from the time it happened, I do remember, and the reason why I remember this is because I was on the interstate going through Inslee when it happened, because I almost got hit by a Birmingham police officer trying to get there. And there was like a bunch of cars following him. So me being my nosy self at the time, I'm following them, trying to see what was happening. You know what I'm saying? So when you get over there, you know, they had the street and everything blocked off. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking to people standing out there, okay? Yo, what happened? What's going on? Man, this 3 crooked cops just got shot up. That's the first thing I heard. And then, you know, everybody was just saying that these cops had been known in that area for robbing dope dealers. Like, that was their thing. Now, once again, I can't confirm, I don't know. But that's just the word on the street. Okay? It made sense to me because
these are three white officers.
Right. And it made sense to me. It made more sense to me the more the story started unfolded, and the police's version of it just wasn't adding up.
Okay, you got to skip to the meat. You got to get into the meat.
Well, I'm trying to build up to.
You don't have long, Doc.
Well, yes, we do. We got plenty of time. We got plenty of time. The reason why I'm building up to this is because this ultimately ended up in this man's execution, and there was just no need for it. So they were there to serve a warrant. Now, mind you, I just told you that they said they charged him with capital murder because he lured them to the house. How can he lure somebody if they were there to serve a warrant anyway? So where did he lure them? What happened is that apparently he was outside, and then when they started acting crazy, he ran in the house. So they were saying, I guess at that time, it's so-called the luring happened or whatever. But if the police is out there acting stupid and gunshots is getting fired, what's the first place you're going to run into? The crib.
See, there are varying stories because
Oh,
I heard that they burst in. This is another version that's floating on social media. That they burst in. Nathaniel was asleep. Check this version. He was asleep when he woke up to the confusion. Somehow or another, he got sprayed with pepper spray. So
now that version I've never heard.
I've never
heard that version.
That's a version I've heard.
I never heard that
pepper
version.
spray. Now, have you ever? Yeah.
I've heard varying versions. You know, he was outside. You know, some of these pro-police people said that, you know, he was outside, then he ran in the house and he grabbed the gun, and though he never fired a shot, he still had a gun and all that old stuff. But the girlfriend of the shooter said he never touched a gun, he never had a gun.
Mm-hmm.
The shooter said he never had a gun. The shooter said, I did the shooting. Mm-hmm. I was shooting. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Then they tried to put it when they went to court saying that Nathaniel testified against him. He didn't testify against him. The dude had already confessed and said he did it.
That he did it.
Nathaniel didn't testify against nobody. He told, I didn't shoot at nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't testifying against him. That's telling y'all I didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So after but see, under normal circumstances, if the shooter, the person who actually did it, said confess to I did it, shouldn't he have been let go from that point?
So this is in the second half of the show. This is where we're gonna talk about the problem with this country.
Right.
The man who committed the crime said, I did it. They had nothing to do with it.
But 3 cops are dead. But somebody got to pay.
3 cops are dead. So we finna fry you niggas. But you know, that's a whole nother. We're gonna get into that.
That's gonna be matter of fact, that's a good stopping place right there.
Okay.
We're gonna take a break, guys, for the 3 Black Guys show. We're gonna talk about script. We're gonna see. We need to talk about Scripps. Get us some information right quick about Scripps Embroidery.
Scripps Embroidery Studio.
I need Scripps to get a commercial together, man.
We need you to come and do the commercial.
Well, you gotta do it.
You just need to go over there and do it, man.
Right.
Well, we'll be setting up the Facebook page tonight. So we will have our Facebook page. Scripps Embroidery Studio. We do vinyl press T-shirts, vinyl heat press T-shirts. Scripps Embroidery Studio also does embroidery. We can embroider your own items, or we have items to embroider for you for any occasion. Bands, Greeks, babies, you name it. We do it.
Businesses. How can they get in contact?
How can you contact us? You can contact Miss Erica Leonard at 205-200-7607, or you can send her an email at scripps3535@yahoo.com.
Sweet. So now you're about to see a couple of commercials. One from Daylight Media.
Daylight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
oh, wow. This dude here, man.
Hey, man.
You know, we got some stuff going on, man. I'm actually working on one. If y'all see me looking away, because I'm actually doing some visual effects stuff now.
I can see in your glasses what you're doing.
Okay. I gotta take them off then. I don't want to give away what I'm doing.
In a card game.
But
just off.
And he just did a video for LP. You guys might want to check that out. Also, guys, you're gonna see a commercial for Myers Ultimate Treats and Lemonade. We'll
I need Myers Ultimate.
Hey man, I'm gonna need y'all to. I'm gonna need some of that diabetic friendly stuff y'all got.
I mean, for real, man. We'll do it. We'll talk about.
We're working on it, man. We working on it, man. We'll be right back with 3 Black Guys show. We'll be back with the 3 Black Guys show.
This ain't your mama's ordinary dessert.
right, y'all. We are back once again. 3 black guys. Let me put up 1 3 because if I put up too many, that'll be 6, and then that'll be wrong. So it's 3 black guys.
Rey Negros.
So yeah, man, we are working on the diabeticals. Man, we just man, you just put a little lotion on that, bro.
I mean, boy, that
I mean, you know, if you gonna put it that close, bro, you got to put some lotion on that.
Ooh. Nivea, please.
That's just real
From
African
dry
skin
to
right there.
extra dry.
That's just
Yeah,
real,
you're right. African Sahara Desert.
real African skin right there.
Boy.
You know what I'm saying?
So we're gonna continue. What I want to do is I want to continue.
Hey
with
man,
you.
I got an old man gripe.
Okay,
I
go
got an
for
old
it.
man gripe.
Okay.
Before we get back in this, that's why I have a policy. I typically don't add people. If I got you by 25 years, I typically don't add you on my Facebook. That's a policy of mine.
Why is that?
Cause I don't know what you're talking about. You
Right,
can't.
but they may need your wisdom.
Right. You an old man. You might be up and coming bass
It's
player.
frustrating. I'm trying to read a 20-year-old's post. They use no punctuation, no capital letters at the beginning of a sentence. I'm like,
Brother, listen, this is social media, not English class. Okay, see, you're looking for too much.
I'm at least looking for you to put a period where you mean to stop a thought.
No.
It's just one big run-on paragraph.
Are you? Because you're supposed to read it like that. You ain't supposed to try to decipher it.
And then learn the difference between then and then.
Listen,
There's a difference.
once again, you're doing too much.
You're doing too much. Because they are writing like they hear the rap. It's mumbled.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? But even then, there's grown folks that do the same thing.
There's a difference between. I know I'm country, and I know I'll
you'll split a verb.
I'll split a verb, but I do that consciously. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know I'm doing it. Listen,
Or y'all doing too much.
I'm sorry. That's the old grouchy man in me, dude. I'm like, oh.
And the older he get, the grouchier he get.
Use a comma. Use a period. Use an exclamation point. Ellipses. That would be too much. That would be too much.
See,
what is an eclipse? What's an eclipse? What's it? No, ellipsis, son. ... It means there's more to say. It's implied. Okay, never mind.
See, that's what's wrong with y'all. That's what's wrong with the older generation right there. See,
What? I want you to write incomplete sentences?
Yes, that's a problem. We talking about social media. We ain't talking about. We are not writing correspondence to the president. Okay?
But you're making a post on Facebook.
On Facebook, all you got to do is read it.
I can't because it don't make sense.
It ain't got to make sense. Just read it.
Okay.
Are y'all done?
Is you done or is we finished?
Right.
See, just learn to conjugate a verb or something,
Listen, ain't nobody got time to be congregating around no verbs, okay? We ain't got time to be trying to do that. We don't know them verbs, be hanging out with them like that.
Oh, boy. I struggled to read this dude's Facebook post because I'm like, okay, no punctuations. Is that the end of the sentence right there? I think that should be a period. Should be a comma here. Okay. Wrong word. Okay. Yeah. Somebody, instead of saying entitled, they put everybody titled to their own opinion.
Everybody titled to their own opinion.
Everybody titled to their own opinion.
You knew what he was talking about, man. Come on, Steve. Let's go.
Okay, all right, let's go. So we're going back to Mr. Woods, guys. So what we found out, and it looks like I read somewhere here, man, that 4 officers showed up to deliver this misdemeanor warrant.
So it was 4 of them that did show up.
4 officers showed up to get their payola.
I thought the 4th one came.
That's what they showed up.
They did. And so
here's the thing, man, and we can dive into a lot of stuff when it comes to this case. Okay, we really can, but I don't think for me anyway, and in the video that I made, I really tried to emphasize this, that it doesn't even have to get that deep. It really doesn't. We don't have to dive into conspiracy theories. We don't have to dive into who was there and all that kind of stuff. Because one fact that we know for sure that everybody, including the attorney general and the governor and everybody agreed on, is that Nathaniel Woods did not pull the trigger.
And even there's one cop that did survive, Mr. Michael Collins, said,
Mhm.
Michael Collins, the only surviving officer who was on the scene, said, I knew it wasn't Nathaniel that fired the weapon, testifying that Woods yelled, I give up, just don't spray me with that mace.
So once again,
And that was a
This
police
is-
officer that said that.
this is why I say this is simple.
So
That
the
a
shooter,
man, go ahead.
the shooter has said he didn't do it.
Right.
Police officer said he didn't do it.
But yet and still, Thursday night at 9:01 p.m., he was pronounced dead by lethal injection.
Mm.
So this is the point that I've tried to make to people.
Mm-hmm.
A man who everybody knows did not commit capital murder was one convicted of capital murder
Mm-hmm.
and then legally murdered for
Mhm.
capital murder.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my issue is people are okay with that. My very big issue, some black people are okay with that.
Mm.
First of all, if we took the black and white thing out of it, a person was convicted of a crime they did not commit. A
Right.
person was executed of a crime they did not commit.
Right.
Now, we are in Alabama. We know how this is, so we're going to throw the black back in it. A black man was convicted of a crime that he did not commit, and a black man was legally murdered for a crime he did not commit.
That's it.
Now, let me address
Legally
this for those
murdered.
of you right
Legally.
now who are watching this, who are going to tell me that it's not a race thing. Let me tell you, this is James Fred saying this, not Stephen Myers and not Mario Leonard. Shut up. Let me address those of you who want to believe everything that these folks have told you, who want to believe that he lured the police officers into a house that they were serving a warrant at. This is James Fred saying this, not Stephen Myers and not Mario Leonard. Tell that to your mama. Now, let's get into the biggest issue here.
Right.
The biggest issue is that I feel like they literally played with this man's mind toward the end because they issued a temporary stay.
Stay.
And when they first issued the stay, my first mind was like, it's temporary.
Mm-hmm.
And the governor and the attorney general has already said, we're going to fry this man. I don't care who y'all call, email.
I
whatever.
missed that. For some reason, I missed that. I just heard he had a stay of execution. I missed the whole temporary thing. Again, I'm looking at it
A
over
stay,
social
when
media.
when they first issue a stay, it's going to be temporary. The Supreme Court has to approve it.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what people wasn't realizing.
Right.
That's what they wouldn't realize. The only thing that happened is his lawyers filed for the stay. They said, okay, we're going to check it out. And then they was like, Kay Ivey, listen, she was not going to, she was not going to approve it. They had already said he lured the police there. He deserves to die for what he did. They have already said that. So T.I. getting on internet and commenting on it, they don't care about. Kim Kardashian tweeting about it, they didn't care about. Ivanka Trump tweeting about it, they didn't care about. We gonna fry this nigga. I don't care who's saying something about it.
Right.
And that's
This was a move for Kay Ivey to play to her base that got her
was.
hired.
It
That's
was.
all that was. And we're coming up in I want to say, it's almost time for re-election for her, isn't it? Is it not?
another 2 years.
She want to make sure that she has a seat, another chance at the seat. So
Mario.
she was not going to go against her base.
Mario, I don't care nothing about that. And let me tell you why. And I understand what you're saying.
But it's part of the story.
But
though,
it's part of the story.
But it's part of the BS story of this state and of this country.
I agree. It is BS.
And because I keep hearing people say that. And I get it. Yes, she's a Republican. She got to appeal to her base. I get all that. In my mind, though, that makes it even worse for me because we fooled around and elect this lady.
We didn't elect her.
Well, I'm saying if she does get elected, when she runs for, when she actually runs.
2018. Go ahead.
Say what now?
She won a full term in 2018.
Right. She took over.
When Bentley couldn't keep his keep his stuff out of his assistants and stuff.
Right.
Over there. She took over.
Right.
And so when is she running in?
I think
22.
Yeah.
22.
Okay. So
I don't think I'll look it up. Go ahead, keep going.
This is a problem, man. And this was a pure show for me to say, listen, we gonna kill a Negro. And guess what? We gonna kill a nigga who didn't even do the crime. Mm-hmm. And the only thing y'all can do about it, tweet about it. And the only thing y'all can do about it is get on Facebook and fuss and call us names and all that old kind of stuff. But guess what? We still gonna kill him. Like that was a slap in our face. Yeah, well, and that's what makes me mad with people who just accept it. Don't even listen. Charles Barkley came here and didn't say anything about it. Now listen, first I want to say,
2022.
I want to say nobody is obligated to do anything. Okay, this is not me speaking that he had an obligation, but I don't understand how, as a black man, and I'm sure he knew that this happened, how can you not at least say something?
Who are you talking about?
Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley.
Oh, what? I don't listen to him, but go ahead.
Right. Who gives a?
He been sold out, dude.
But
he was coonery before coonery was good.
Coonery still ain't good.
But you know what I mean? Popular. He was a coon, before coonery was popular.
That's fine. But right now we got people who don't even want to say anything. And my thing is, if you've gotten to a point to where you can't even speak, then that's a problem. I'm not talking about you protesting. They went to the governor's mansion the other day and was protest. I ain't even talking about you doing all that. I'm simply talking about you, if you're going to get on social media or any other platform and mention this, but you cannot say that it was wrong. You cannot say that the governor is wrong. For me, that's a problem, especially as black people.
Let me tell you something.
That's an issue. Now, it may not matter in the long run. It's not what I necessarily expect.
You gonna let somebody else talk, man?
No, it's not necessarily what I expect from. No, go ahead, Mark. Go ahead, man.
Listen, man, we are, until we stand up and fight for ourselves, you can't expect white people to fight for us.
Oh no! I ain't talking about white people.
I'm not saying you are. This is just a thought I had in my head. It's the revolution will not be televised. They killing us. We helping them kill us. Until we stand up and start taking care of ourselves and protecting ourselves, I don't want to be too. Screw it. You ain't finna kill me, and I don't take 2 or 3 with you. These are my opinions and my opinions alone. Hold on.
Oh Lord, what's he about to grab now?
You ain't finna come. You ain't finna come and do shit to me.
Sir.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You ain't coming in my house to do nothing to me without me taking 2 or 3 of y'all with me. That's more than that. That's a 30-round clip. I got one for. But Doc, I'm sorry. It's too many of us being killed legally. It's time out for that bullshit. Excuse me.
Mario,
I'm sorry.
don't
It's
say
time
that,
out for
bro.
that BS, man. It's time out for that. And I ain't telling nobody to take up arms and go kill nobody. That ain't what I'm saying. But ain't nobody finna do nothing to me, and I not do nothing about it. I'm sorry. I'm
And-
so sick of hearing
you know what,
black
Mario?
folk getting shot and killed. I'm so sick of that mess, man.
You know what?
Go ahead,
I
I'm
used to be that guy that was always, man, we got to talk it out. We got to do this. In a
I don't even want to
manner.
talk
We
no more.
gotta,
Leave me alone.
man. Over the years,
Just leave me alone. I'm cool.
man, my whole views on that have changed. Like I have, and the reason why it's changed is because of things like what happened Thursday. Like they literally, it's like they played with the whole black community.
They did.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They played with the whole back. We're going to get y'all all hype and happy because the state. And then we're going to go ahead and deny it and we're going to kill him anyway. And guess what? We know he didn't do it. Like, we know.
I want to say a couple things, man, and then I'll let you have it, James. It's been the Fred show tonight.
Ain't it been Fred's show? It's been your show.
Right. So
Go
my
ahead, Fred.
thing
I'm
is,
just
man, is that I think it's well, first of all, it's tragic. And it goes to show you, and I think Mario was kind of hitting upon this, man, that they have no regard. And I say they, and I mean those at the powers that be, have no regard for its citizens or the citizenry. They decided, Kay Ivey decided, and I'm going to go along and put Steve Marshall's name in it, who's the Alabama Attorney General.
The Attorney General.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Who denied the appeal immediately. They decided that these good Christian, and I'm going to talk about that because that's my side of it.
You handle it, bro.
You're going to get in trouble.
I don't care. These Christian these Christ-filled people would kill an innocent person. Now, of course, that throws back to a whole nother story that I don't want to talk about the innocents being, being accused of something and they're not. But they killed an innocent man. So they got a lot of blood on this Christian state that we're in. And I think it's a doggone shame as a Christian, because I have to come from this platform, that once again, that man, we are making the witness hard to even talk to anybody about Christ. But yet and still, you decided to make a show of killing a black man once again to silence, to put fear.
That's it right there.
In a people for them not to stand up.
That's it right
not
there.
to stand up, because then you're like, well, and then here's what happens inside the culture. They say, well, they ain't gonna hear us no way, so why even try? But I think it's gonna come to a point to where how many people you gonna kill innocently before they start rising up? And this is my mantra for all of 2020. It is time for you to get your own. Me and James have been having this conversation about voting. And that we have, as a culture, we have a lack of substantive people to vote for.
Mm-hmm.
That would take up our cause. So, man, we have got to start raising up young people, black young people, so that they can be in positions of power to make these adjustments. Even how about just some good, real Christian people in there? Because now, man, we got a governor with blood on her hands just so that she could save face. And this is what this was. Because I don't know if I was talking to you, Mario, or if I was talking to James Fred about her having to keep face with her party.
Yes,
and keep face with the police department. I'm like, that's a crazy idea, that in order you would rather get blood on your hands than actually do the actual Christian thing to do, which was to save the life of an innocent man.
Right.
That's crazy to me.
I'm quiet because the more I think about it, the madder I get, dude. I'm really. I mean, you really don't understand how that just pisses me off. You allowed an innocent man
to die.
You
can save face with your Christian party. These are the same Christian parties that the KKK KKK put on their hoods on Sundays on a Saturday but then they get on their bow ties on Sunday.
Well, you already know she wearing a hood. Can I say that Can I say that, James?
Yeah, yes, you can.
You already said
we
it.
already know she wearing a hood. Come on, bro.
So I have no what's the word I want to look for? I have no respect. I'll put it that way for when it comes to people and they call themselves Christian, and especially when they call themselves the leaders or the moral majority,
right,
in this country.
Where?
But yet and still you would let an innocent man die. An innocent man died.
And you know what's funny?
Now he wasn't innocent. Look, he wasn't innocent in the sense that he never did nothing. He was innocent of the charges that was brought against him.
That. He
And
did not do that.
I was just finna say that because the argument that I kept hearing, and I gotta be honest with you, man. Like when it was posted on the news pages, and I'm reading the comments, it was all literally all white folks who were saying things like, "Oh, but he was a drug dealer." That ain't what he was in jail for. That ain't what he was convicted of. If you tell me that he was doing time for selling drugs, I wouldn't have a thing to say.
See, but that's the argument they always come up with. Well, he shouldn't have been doing this. I'm like, selling drugs is not a death penalty.
And
doing
then
drugs is not a death penalty.
You got to watch the company you keep.
What? Stealing, right? Watching the company you keep is not a death penalty.
Death penalty.
So, and I explained to this guy, okay, all right. So when we're talking about watching the company we keep, so that's if me and Steve are out somewhere, and Steve's the dope dealer, and some folks come and rob Steve, and I get caught up in the crossfire, that's me. That's what that is. I needed to watch the company I was with because that's what happened. We're talking about the police. We're talking about the government, our court system, who took him to jail for a specific charge, not because of who he was around, but because of what they wanted to do to him. See, this is what I mean about when it comes to racial issues, especially in this state. I'm sorry, white people get stupid and they start saying just stupid stuff. They try to justify. Just tell me you want this nigga dead. Just say that. Stop coming up with the stupid stuff to justify it.
Just say what you mean. Go on, put it out there in black and white.
I hate black people, and I want as many of y'all to die as possible. Just tell me that, and I'm going to say, okay. And I ain't got another word to say to you. But stop coming up with the dumb stuff. And then you silly Negroes that want to fall into this narrative, and you want to believe everything the police said because the police don't ever lie. They always tell the truth about what happened. You want to deal with the narrative that they give. You're not looking at the contradictions of it. You're not looking at, they kept saying these cats was there to serve a warrant, but you missed the part where the attorney general said that Nate lured them into the house. That's a contradiction in itself. But you don't want to see that. Why? Because you know the law, and Massa has spoken, and you want to take your little coon behind back up and sit on Massa's lap, and you, man.
That's why I had to calm down, dude. The more I think about this, man, Steve, you might need to go on give a benediction and
man, let me tell you something. And I'm
that thing touched the nerve here, boy.
But it's a modern day. We had it right when we talked earlier. It's a modern day lynching. That's all it was.
Murder, man. And let me tell you something.
It's a modern day lynching.
This is because we're gonna post this on YouTube, man. And let me tell you right now, and I gotta let people know this. And do not comment if you're not ready for me to comment back at you. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Because we've had some people comment on some past videos on the YouTube channel. Apparently, they didn't realize that I look at it. I'm going to respond to you. Okay? So, and I don't, listen, this is the feelings of James Fred and not Steve Myers and Mario Van. I don't care what you think about me. I don't. I will let you voice your opinion all day long. I will let you comment off of what I said because this is a free country. But I do not care. I don't care what you think about me. If you are white, I definitely don't care what you think about me at all.
Don't care.
All right? It does not matter to me, okay? Not when it comes to these issues. Because show me where I'm lying, and then we can talk about it.
Right.
We can't talk about it. And I'm gonna tell you what, Steve, you said it best. Was it last week you said this? You just tried to have a simple conversation about some people's viewpoints.
Oh,
political
yeah,
viewpoints.
that group, those
Right.
guys you was
You were just asking general questions and you couldn't get one. That's what I'm saying.
talking
Race
it over with.
Right. Sitting down and talking about this thing. That's all, but that will never happen.
And I think that's sad, man, because I was one of those people. I'm like James, man. I'm always the peacemaker. Blessed are the peacemakers.
I'm not. I'm past that point
know
now.
you ready to put a bullet in one. But my thing is, I think it's past time, and I think we've all talked about this. I don't know if we did it together. Is that we no longer need to come to the table. We've always come to the table. We've always had the gracious heart to say, please come, let's sit down and let's talk. I believe that's no longer an option. I believe that what we
didn't
need to do
make
now,
the table.
I think we need to cut the table in half, and we need to have our stuff on our table. We need to have over there on your table. And if there's some meeting ground that we can come on, let's do that. But as of right now, I don't think that we no longer need to set up the table and come to the table. It is no longer on us to come to the table and talk about race, to talk about finances, about none of that. It's not on us anymore, because every time we say come to the table, they say no. Racism is good. I don't see racism. I don't see color. I hate that one at all. I don't see color. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. You don't see the red light. You just stopped that, idiot. You don't see the green light. You don't see the yellow light. How many you don't see color? But anyway, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. I don't see color. All right, we need to get you some of them glasses. But anyway, it is no longer up to us to come to the table. It's no longer us to set the table up. It's up to them. If they want to have some reconciliation, they need to bring the table and set it down.
Right. And you're right, man. I mean,
And even then, I'm looking at you sideways, because at this point, I don't trust you anymore. You know, I see the hand that you have in my face. Where that other hand at? Are you stabbing me in the back at the same time? You've done so well at it over the years. You've mastered smiling in our faces.
right.
Smiling in your face.
All the time they want to take your place. Stabbing me in the back.
This case showed, man, I'm sorry, man. Just when I was like AL.com, man, when they posted it, and I'm just reading through those comments, and I'm just looking at it like, man, wow, these people really hate us. I mean, like they really hate us. I mean, they hate us.
Yeah.
And all common sense just goes out the window through the hate. Like the only thing I kept saying, but y'all, he didn't kill nobody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't kill. I didn't say the man shouldn't be in jail for whatever it was he did, but he didn't kill anybody.
Right.
And for me, that's just common sense logic. Like that's not me trying to be deep. That's not me trying to be racial. That's just you killed somebody for murder and they didn't commit murder. Like I still have a problem understanding why there are people who don't, and at this point I'm not even talking about white people. They don't have no sense. I'm talking about black people who don't see a problem with this. And then it's the black people whose answer to it, man, we just gotta get out and vote more. Vote for who? Steve talked about it earlier. I've asked people, so let's say Kay Ivey wasn't lieutenant governor to take over. I said, do any of you remember who else may have been running for that position that you could have voted for?
Walter
No.
Maddox.
Why? Because I think, didn't GI talk about it on the last show?
Yeah.
We don't remember who ran for lieutenant governor. That wasn't something we was really paying attention to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
That game has been a white boys game for a long time. For a long time. That's we can be mayors of cities, but that governor seat,
my thing is, and I tell
they
people,
they won't let us nowhere near that.
Even with when she gets ready to be reelected, we need to be maybe grooming up somebody who can run against her. But no, we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to wait to see who runs, and then we're going to vote for the lesser of two evils.
Two evils.
Mhm.
Yeah. That seems to be more of what we've been
That's
doing.
what we
of
do.
late.
We vote
Of
for
late.
the lesser of two evils. So I'm gonna vote. Either I'm gonna vote for the master that's gonna whip me across my neck, or I'm gonna vote for the master that's gonna whip me across my back.
Mm.
Which one am I
Mm.
gonna choose?
Mm.
Mhm.
Which one am I gonna choose? That's the
Mm.
lesser of two evils. Maybe
one
I'm
that's gonna
gonna take the one that's
or
gonna
the
hit
one
me
that's
on my
gonna
back,
hit me
because
in
if
the
he
back.
hit me on my neck, he might draw too much blood and I might choke. So I choose the master that's gonna whip me across my back.
Mm.
And we come into a mindset of that's good for us. And then we start coming up with reasons and justifications on why we should vote for this person.
Mhm.
We rallying behind Joe Biden for no other reason than he was Obama's vice president. For no other reason. For
Come
no
on, man.
other reason. Because
Now we about to get into something else.
because as Steve said, the man ain't got no policy for nothing. I still hadn't heard any policies coming from Joe Biden.
You're right, and we voted for those of us who voted for Joe voted on the premise of we hope that he can push through those things
Right.
that Obama couldn't get pushed through because
That's
he's now the white man in the city.
You
But
gotta stop that.
look, bro, I'd rather have Smokey Joe in right now than have this idiot that we got in right now. Like you said, it's the lesser of two evils.
A talking monkey would be better than what we have now.
Granted, he's still a white dude, but Obama was an anomaly. You think that's gonna happen again anytime soon?
But for the older
Thank you.
generation,
Thank
that's
you.
fine. But you're
So
not
once
gonna
again-
convince-
So once
not
again,
gonna
we gotta go
convince-
for what we gotta go with what we got.
but you're not gonna convince this younger generation to vote like that. Like you want the younger generation to vote, they're not going to do it. They're
Yeah.
not going to vote for the lesser of the two evils.
Then they
They're not gonna
wouldn't.
do
Then they're not gonna vote at all.
Right, exactly. That's what they're doing. They're just
Right.
not voting.
That's the problem.
That's the issue.
See,
So
the kids nowadays, man, they for Bernie because they want to burn. These kids want to burn it all down. They see it not work. They don't. They see it work for their grandparents. They
Right.
see it working for their parents, and so they're willing to burn it all down.
If you white, you saw it working for your grandparents and your parents.
I'm talking about these millennials. These are different. This is a different breed, Doc.
If you're a white kid in America, 9 times out of 10, life has worked for you. The fact that you are here and prospering in some way, shape, form, or fashion means life has worked for your family over generations.
You're right. You're right. But this millennial generation, they're not thinking like us.
They don't right.
They don't think along those lines. They have rallied together because, as Steve said, they just want to tear the government up.
Right.
And
They want to burn it down.
They won't Bernie and what he's talking about. And so it's if it comes down to a lesser of two evil things, they're just not coming.
Right.
They're just not going to vote.
Well, which means you'll get more of what you've had. If you
So-
don't,
So do I deal with this hell or do I start another one? Do I just stay in this hell and keep doing what I'm doing, or do I usher in another hell? Because that's the lesser of two evils at this point. Either I'm gonna go through the hell I've already been in, or I'm just gonna go through another one with
This one was
somebody
bad.
else.
We
We have to, as Black people, we are gonna have to start grooming up candidates.
We are gonna have to
take
start
these
doing that.
positions. We
Right.
have to. It's imperative. It's imperative that we do it. Because if not, we're gonna get more of the same. I don't care who's in there.
That's true.
Doc,
That's true. But it's gonna take time. It's not gonna be
exactly.
done in our
It's gonna take
generation.
It's
Yes,
not going.
okay,
It's not.
fine.
It's not going to happen in our generation.
But we gotta start. We won't even start.
Yeah, we gotta start. We at least gotta start.
We're not even
at
trying to
least
start
gotta
it.
start.
Only thing we doing is we just gonna keep voting for the lesser of two evils. We
All right,
just
look,
gonna
guys.
keep-
We running down on time. Corona, we down to. I'm glad we talked about I want to talk about the coronavirus right quick. It is blowing out of proportion. The slowness of our administration has gotten us in trouble. We only got 4 minutes left, so I'm just going to mention these. We're going to do this on the next show, guys. We can talk about the coronavirus, and we can talk about now we are down to 2 people in the Democratic primary. Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden, which we
I
touched
thought
on.
there was
just a
still a
little bit.
third. I thought there was still some lady.
I think Gabby is still in it.
Yeah, I think there's some lady that's still.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sit
she's
down
somewhere,
somewhere.
and I don't know what she's doing.
I don't even know the lady's name. I just know
Something Gabbard, something Gabbard is her last name. But she's still
I'm
holding
voting for
on.
her.
Okay.
I'm
And
voting
she's
for
and
her.
she's really moderate. I mean,
If you
she-
send me another Trump 2020 text, I'm coming to your house and burning your
All
curtains
day,
down.
baby. Trump train. Toot toot.
This fool. Trump 2020. Coming to your house and burning your cat up. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna steal your cat.
I hope the store runs out of catnip on you.
I don't use cat.
Coronas. Are we talking about Corona right now?
You were talking about Corona for about 2 minutes.
I'm gonna say this right here. Coronavirus. How many black folk got it?
Don't know yet.
I venture to say I haven't heard of one black case. If you hear about one, let me know. The black case that was brought to my attention, that cat got well in a week.
Well, so here's the thing. Here's real quick. Here's going to be the thing with this. The numbers that we are seeing now are going to skyrocket when they start testing more here.
Right.
Because the coronavirus, I can guarantee you, a lot more people have had it, and they haven't shown any symptoms, and they got over it. Just like with a lot of different types of viruses. Mario, I already know what you're talking about, where they're saying, with black people, it's harder for black people to catch it. I don't know. I don't know if it's harder for us to catch it, but I do believe we won't show the symptoms of it as other races.
Mhm.
And that's just been, anybody that wants to debate me, listen, if you want to debate me on this, you can look it up scientifically. Black people don't catch certain things that other races catch. It's just like we have a harder time getting skin cancer. Most black people that have skin cancer are people that were who out in the sun, they had jobs working in the sun, but they were out in the sun most of their time.
That's what
But the
melanin is
melanin-
for.
The melanin,
It's a
The
natural
melanin-
sunblock.
we don't catch. Skin cancer doesn't affect us like that. So this is not me just trying to say we're superior, but we are. But
That's why they
I'm
keep us
saying
down.
but I'm just saying, it's harder for us to catch certain things. But those numbers are going to go up though when we start testing more here.
Okay. All right. Steve, it's back
Steve,
on you.
you got
Yeah,
it?
that's about it, man. We got 2 minutes, guys. We want to thank everybody for watching
Thank y'all.
the
Thank
Three
y'all.
Black Guys show once again. And we'll see y'all guys next time. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure that
I got to
you
get me one of them, man. I got to get me one of them.
subscribe
you
button.
do. The revolution will not be televised.
Yes, sir.
And we look forward to your comments down. Oh my God, we're looking forward to your comments down there, guys. Subscribe and we out. Hit the notification bell. Three Black Guys. We see y'all next
See y'all, man.
time.